If you write anything on your computer, you need to get Grammarly.
I write pretty much all day, every day, and Grammarly makes my writing better.
As a student, I like that it's free.
It actually is correcting everything as I'm writing it.
Grammar errors, spelling errors. It even helps me find the right words to use so I can say what I want to say.
It catches all those embarrassing little mistakes before I hit send.
I downloaded Grammarly around my freshman year because I was just horrible at typing.
Grammarly is like my secret weapon for writing papers.
It's the perfect tool for your resume. You know, you don't want any errors when it's your first impression.
I use Grammarly for important emails,
You don't want
social
any
media
errors
posts,
when
which
it's
there
your
are a
first
lot
impression.
of. I use
used every
Grammarly
tool out
for
there,
important
and
emails,
You don't want
social
any
media
errors
posts,
when
which
it's
there
your
are a
first
lot
impression.
of. I use
used every tool
Grammarly
out
for
there,
important
and
emails,
You don't want
social
any
media
errors
posts,
when
which
it's
there
your
are a
first
lot
impression.
of. I use
used every tool
Grammarly
out
for
there,
important
and
emails.
You don't want any
A lot of echoes, sorry about that. Just getting some finalization going on before we get underway here. This is just a little something I've been toying around with over the last year or so, and I really enjoy this game a lot. Alright, everything's up and going. Looking good. To quote the pilot in Aliens, as they're going down to LB426, we are in the pipe 5 by 5. Alright, so we're going to get into some Novus Inceptio. Now, the whole thing with this game, and if you're just joining the stream, welcome. The whole thing with this game is it's supposed to be a post-apocalyptic type of survival game. It's not like anything post-apocalyptic that you're used to. Okay. Now, what the thing is with this is whatever happened, okay, like Mad Max and Rust and other types of worlds and games created that are post-apocalyptic are usually during the human fallout after the fact, of which people trying to survive and rebuild and stuff like that. Novus Inceptio takes place even after that point. Have no idea what happened that eliminated the goings on of what the apocalypse was, what the cataclysm was. There's no clue when you start, and apparently that's part of the dynamic of the game. Discovering what had happened. Now, whatever had happened was long enough ago that the world has recovered, and something intervened with humanity, and we're trying to reestablish ourselves. So you have the apocalypse, the cataclysm, whatever that was, and then the human fallout, and then during that human fallout, which would be a period much like, inside Rust, where you have, you're gathering and stuff like that, trying to survive in the directly after, but this is like further beyond whatever had happened, and whatever it was that intervened has saw fit to give humanity another chance, and that is the basis of your starting out. This is my current game world, and I just wanted to have a look around, and I was going to back out and start fresh in ghost mode. So that's always how I play, is in ghost mode. So that is how we're going to progress through this. So definitely to show you how things start from how things are when you start from scratch. So shortly here, I'm gonna back out and I'm gonna start from scratch. For those of you that are just joining. All right, so I think this is a good time. We're gonna exit. We're gonna back to the main menu, and we're gonna delete the ghost mode file. And if you're just joining the stream, this is your first menu of the game. There are several different ways to play. There are 3 ways. Well, currently there's only 2 ways. Okay, you have single player mode, and then you have ghost mode. And what ghost mode is it's virtual online. It's a single player online. You can get some stuff going, like if you build a farm and whatnot, you can plant your seeds, and you can leave the game, go do something else, go to work, blah blah blah. You can come back, log back into your ghost mode, and anything that you had going on, refining, plants growing, stations running, stuff like that, will have done their jobs, and you can see that progress when you get back in. Single player is much like a single player arc, where you can do stuff and you can get things going, but once you leave the game, everything freezes, everything pauses. Not my favorite way to play. So, going back to ghost mode, we're going to delete this file, and we're going to start a new one and start from scratch, just so we can cover stuff as we go along. So, like I said earlier, thank you for joining the stream. This is Novus Inceptio, and we're starting all over again with a fresh build, or a fresh world, and yeah, it's gonna be pretty fun. There's a lot of similarities to some stuff that I've played before, and some of you may have played before. There's a lot of influence with. I did a little bit of wiki reading on this, which the wiki for this game is pretty limited. There isn't a lot of information there. So, but apparently, McMagic Industries, I believe, is the creator of this game. I think is at most 2 or 3 people at most. I am unsure on the actual number of people developing this game, but they have a slow but steady development progress. They're always doing patches like every couple of months or so, and they're usually pretty decent, pretty sizable changes when they do update the game. They're pretty sizable, so definitely keep that in mind if you're gonna check this out for yourself. Keep that in mind. As soon as we get loaded in here, we'll get underway. Your initial load-in can be a little lengthy. So, all right, there we are. Here we are. This is the room you start out in. very first, this is a bunker of some sort. These here are healing devices of some nature. I don't know exactly what's going on with it. There's not a lot of lore explanation to that, but if you're hanging out and you take some damage, this is a good place to fall back to if you don't have any potions or bandages or any other healing alternatives. This little box right here is actually a bank. It has an unlimited weight capacity. You can throw as much stuff in here as you want. This is really good if you haven't built your own place yet, and don't have your own storage online, or if you're trying to hoard your resources to get that place built and get your storage online. You just fall back in here, and it's a little, I don't know. We'll get. Don't worry about it. It's not little. It's little in size, but magical in nature. You can put it, like I said, it's unlimited weight capacity. You can put everything in there you want. Across the hall from your healing room here is the clone terminal, and this here is a trade terminal, which later, as you progress through the game, you can build for yourself and put these installations in your own base. Okay, now the trade terminal here, lots of different stuffs you can buy, resources mainly, copper, tin, raw silver, iron, gold, graphite, stuff like that, and it uses a currency called PEC, alright, which is this symbol right here, which looks kind of like a backwards 7 with 2 lines through it. It's PEC, P-E-C. That is the in-game currency or the in-game money. There's several different currencies, but I'm going to call the PEC the money, like the actual money. You also can collect rune fragments. There are several obelisk type structures out in the world that you can use, that you can interact with, I think like once a game day. You can interact with it and collect rune fragments, and rune fragments is another form of currency that you can use to buy this stuff. There's also the holiday currencies. They have Halloween tokens and Christmas tokens, which you can currently get the Christmas tokens. There are, I'm sure we'll see some as we leave this building. There's presents out or gift boxes out in the world that if you interact with and collect on them, you can get Christmas tokens, or you can get these stockings out of those boxes, and once you open those stockings, you can also get Christmas tokens from that as well. And there's a couple different things. Cooked tea. What does cooked tea do? I don't remember seeing this last time I looked at it. It was just the other day, actually. You don't start with any. So you see right down here, you have PEC, basic currency called PEC. You can go out in the world and you can farm stuff. You come back here and you sell it. It tells you what you can get for 1 unit. Gold being... Ooh, actually, wait. Well, that's buy. Okay, if we go to sell... Okay, well, there's nothing in here that we can sell, but stuff sells, obviously, different things at different values. And repurchase is pretty self-explanatory. So yeah, this is your cloning and trade center, or trade room. Okay, out here we have a bunch of what kind of look like back to tanks, I guess, with... We'll swing around to the other side of this. Oh wait, the camera's a little hinky, so I forgot. Alright, so if it's not gonna do what I want it to do. But as you can see, this is you. Your player person, your character person. These are all you. different shells of yourself, and yeah. So no idea who built this, no idea what's going on, but if you leave the main structure here, you'll see that you're in a cave that's got some holes in the roof. You're just in a big cave. There's some water down below here, which I don't think I'd recommend jumping or falling. I don't even think you can now that I think about it. Because it wouldn't be, if you did manage it, it would actually kind of suck. There's no way to get back up. So, but you cross this bridge, and apparently we're in some kind of temple ruins. There's a hallway leading directly outside. However, your first, here we are. Just like I was talking about. We got a gift box trophy. Alright, so we'll open our inventory with the I key. And from the gift box trophy, we got 2 Christmas tokens, 2 candy canes, which are great to up your stamina with. Or refill your stamina with, I'm sorry. We have Christmas cookies also for that. We have a scroll of desert anomaly. This is a very interesting item I have come to learn. And it's actually really, really useful. And then we have a small Christmas present. If you right click that, you can open that. And we got a minor healing potion. That's really awesome. We'll just pull that right down here. With our other ones that apparently we start out with. We got 3 bottles of water, 5 stamina potion tonics. We have 6 minor healing potions. And we also have 2 Christmas desserts, which fill your stamina and give you 50% of your maximum hunger. So definitely some good stuff for starting out with. Alright, so however, we're going to backtrack. We're not going to go out into the world just yet. We're going to backtrack back inside. Alright, now, we don't have any... we don't have any tools. Never mind, we're not going to backtrack inside. Too deep. But you have this rock formation to the right as you're leaving. And you can climb over it. And on the other side of this, there is a maze of hallways. And there's a bunch of, like, mineral and metal nodes in there. There's copper and iron, silver, gold that you can mine. So if you're looking to just make some peck and buy some stuff, once you got some basic tools, you can go travel throughout there and do that. We're gonna grab this present right here. It said grab the present. Oh, there we are. Hey, we got a normal present and a small present. That's pretty awesome, man. We're not gonna open any of those right away. We are gonna collect any that we see, but we're not gonna open them right away. And how you play? Well, you just come up here, and like in other survival games, you know, most survival games, most of your rocks are harvestable. Almost every tree and plant and bush is harvestable on several different levels. Like this pine tree here, we can pick bark and pick branches and pick resin, and we can cut it down once we have an axe. And then once you cut it down, you can chop it into logs and process it further from there. We're gonna start though. As you see, if you can interact with something, you get your options show up. Like these 3 rocks right here. We can't mine it because we don't have a pickaxe. That's okay though. We're gonna use the right click, as you can see in the description of it, and we're gonna forage some stones from the local area. And we're just gonna go to every rock we can get a menu on, and we're gonna get a bunch of that stuff. So I've been following this game for a little while, and I do enjoy playing it. I took a long break from it when they changed the map. This is not the original map I played on, or anybody else that might be watching that plays this game. The old map, while better in some ways, was kind of I don't know. It's really not comparable by any stretch of the imagination. But we're gonna use the M key real quick, and we're gonna show you the world. Okay. Now this is where you start. You will always start in this area, which is kind of central, west central. In this ravine canyon type area, okay, and there's an obelisk which we somehow walked by. We'll go back to that here just in just a moment. But it's kind of channeled a little bit. You come south, and then you hook a left as you're coming down, and there's a stream here, as you can see, and there's a lake down here, and you hook a left, or what would be a left, and go east, and that takes you out into the rest of the main world. And from there, it's not really so channeled, I guess, because you can swing north right away up through this ravine and come up into this area here. Or you could continue east into this area here. There's a little pass right here in between these two mountains that you can get up into this huge lake. Or you can just, and they have specific building areas for the time being, and they don't plan on they don't plan on that being a permanent thing. They're still working hard on fine-tuning the world and stuff like that. And I believe once they're happy with it, they will open up to building wherever you see fit. And that's how it was before they changed the map. Before this map, you could build anywhere you saw fit. Some places obviously were better than others. But as we move around here, they got different biomes. Much like other games of this genre. Like your first area here is kind of a foresty, well-rounded area. Hold on, I'm getting some. There we go. It's kind of a foresty, well-rounded area. There's a body of water right up in here somewhere, and there's like you see here. There's that lake in stream I was talking about earlier. And it's kind of a grassy area out this way. You got trees and such, but if you get around the mountains to the north here, you have a huge lake with what looks like, if we pan over this way, it looks like there's an island in the center. That's a building area. You'd have to swim there or build a bridge. Looks like there's another little lake here. And if you get further north, looks like it's kind of deserty. I have not been in this area of the map, however. It looks a bit formidable, to be sure. Yeah, so, there's lots of different places that you can migrate to and adventure your way to. We are going to utilize, for starting off, we're going to utilize the very first building area we come to, which is right here, just a little further south from us. So yeah, this is the world that we will be exploring. So here's our first body of water. I don't know how they are developing this world as a playable game area. I don't know much about that. I just enjoy playing games as and exploring the worlds that people create. It's just really fun. And in the survival genre, that is like my favorite way to play. So we're gonna head up these stairs here, and we're gonna look at this first obelisk. Welcome to anybody who's joined the stream. Welcome. This is Survival Barracks with Admiral Crow. We are checking out Novus Inceptio, and I'm getting a little laggy. Anytime it rains to this degree, when it thunderstorms and lightning, I get a little bit of lag. And I'm on the normal settings. I don't know if it's an optimization thing or what. But this here is your obelisk, and there's lots scattered throughout the world. And you can clone yourself here when it's time, which is the next point we're going to get into. Or you can left click on it and pick rune fragments, which as I described earlier is a form of currency. Excuse me. Which is a form of currency. So let's look, how many did we get from that? We got 3. There's other ways you can get rune fragments. You can, I don't know if you can sell items for the rune fragments. You can buy them with your PEC, your PEC. But keep an eye out for those if you're playing, and gather up all the rune fragments that you can. They're very, very useful later on. So we've gathered some stones. We're going to try and get into some rudimentary tools. And as I cover the next point, which is level progression, we're going to gather some branches while we do that. All right. F. So level progression. If you look at the top left-hand corner, you're going to see age and generation. Generation is kind of like your primary level. And your age is your progression through that level. And I believe it goes up to generation 10. I don't know if that's the limitation, though. It does, at the very least, go that far, at least according to the achievements list of the game. So, as you age, every year you age, you get some points to use, and every generation you progress into, you get a different kind of point to use. So, and those points you can use to improve your character. Should probably do a YouTube video on this, but you know, I don't really want to. YouTube's been fickle lately, kind of hit and miss, mostly because of how the real world is going for me right now. Started a new job a few weeks ago and trying to spend some more quality time with the wife and have a better start to the new year. So just picking up some new habits, and so the YouTube channel is a little bit been put on the back burner a little bit, looking for some new material to do with it, and this is probably going to be something that we pick up. However, that being said, we'll see what happens. Alright, so we got some branches here. We've talked about how you age. Now, if you press the C key and you go into your, you pull this into the middle here, and this is your character screen. You have yourself in the middle, various attributes that we're all pretty familiar with. We have our health, we have stamina and hunger and thirst, all things that we're very used to. You have strength, control. I don't know what control is. You have size strength. I think this is in relation to like mental fortitude, I think is a good way to put it. And you have side depth, which I think is a reflection of comprehension skill. You have logic and stamina. So I'm still learning. I'm by no means a master of anything in this game, which is really, really refreshing. Which is why I decided to do a stream on this today, for some friends to see, and I hope you're enjoying it. So, all right. So you have skills. These are all the different skills. Climbing, botanizing, fishing, foraging. We're going to add our... Actually, we're not. We're going to pull that... Oh, come on. Turn back on here. Huh? Alright, so anyways. Climbing lets you obviously climb hills. You can't climb trees, but it affects your ability to circumvent terrain. So that's definitely why is my stamina crashing? That was okay, that must have been because alright, so apparently if you activate your climbing, I've never had that happen before. Alright, so anyway, you press the Alt key, gives you your mouse, and to switch between looking and mouse pointer is your Alt key. Alright, so this is just a measure. This is just a screen. This screen, your skills menu, so you can see how good you have become at a certain skill. High-tech items, first aid, for example, leatherworking, masonry. Similar to Life is Feudal. Alright, the more you do something, the better you get at it, the higher your skill goes. And here, the last tab is bonuses. Now, this is a very important screen, okay? Every generation, when you start at age 18, you age to age 75, and at age 75, you must visit, either go back into the mountain behind us that we left, into the temple area where we talked about the bank and the healing station and stuff. You can go to the cloning terminal there, or you can just visit an obelisk like at the top of the stairs behind us, and you can clone yourself, and that'll advance you to the next generation. Okay, we are in generation 1. Once we reach 75, we can visit obelisk and reach generation 2, and when you do that, you will start over again excuse me, at age 18, progressing through 75, visit the obelisk, generation 3, back to 18, and that's how you level, per se, in this game. Now, you get age points. You get 1 point for every year you age, and I think it's like 1 year every... Oh, how long is it? I think it's like 15 or 20 minutes you'll gain an age a year, I believe. Don't quote me on that. And then you get 5 generation points. Once we reach generation 2, we will get 5 generation points, and these are where you will spend your generation points. You can increase your load capacity, get more HPs, more stamina, and increase the load capacity of A2A. Okay, A2A. What A2A is if you look right here, you see this little robot looking thing, this hovercraft of sorts. That is A2A. If you press the I key, you have your player backpack right here on the top. You have an initial capacity of 37.5 kilograms. And then below you have A2A storage. A2A storage has a initial capacity of 5,000 kilograms, which is very, very important for hauling stuff. You can get personally encumbered very, very quickly, but you can move stuff into A2A, and it can carry it for you with ease. So yeah, now we'll get into some stuff here, and we're going to talk about basic crafting now. We've got some stones and some sticks, I believe, and we're going to make an axe so we can start cutting trees and start getting into some stuff here. Alright, so beginner's crude axe. Beginner crude axe. Thank you for joining these. I hope you're gonna enjoy this. Whoops, there we go. All right, so as you see here, it breaks it down. There are 2 tabs in your crafting screen. Okay, you have a basic screen, which just shows you icons and whether you have it or don't. Okay, but also you can use the advanced tab. You know, if you've gathered a bunch of materials and you want to make the best or use the best materials for that item, that's where you can get into your advanced tab. All right, because if you see here, you see raw stone, branches, and fiber. If we go back to our basic tab, we don't have the fiber, so we're gonna have to make that before we can make this axe. However, going back to the advanced tab, we have different branches. We have cedar, maple, fir, and spruce. And if you look, there are 7. Is it 7? 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's 7 stats that every item and resource has. So certain things are better for certain items. Like there are certain woods that are better for making tools, and there's certain woods that are better for making weapons. You know, things like that. It's better for making shields and whatnot. And you see this little sword here, and that's probably, or that is, in my experience, been, you know, like a damage factor. You have the shield here, which is been attributed as a defense factor, and then you have this, the peck symbol, which is its resale value, I believe. The sword with the red on it, I'm not quite sure what that signifies, but I think it has something to do with durability of the item. Then you have this first plant looking thing, which I believe has to do with the harvesting of things. Like, you know, if you're using this cedar branch, for example, to make a pickaxe, I believe that this first number indicates how well it can harvest. Then you have a quality bonus, and then you have the hammers for crafting, and then you have a crafting bonus. So these are all the 7 different things that you're going to look at depending on what you're making. No, the sword does not imply a bleeding effect. That has not been my experience with that. I'm still trying to identify. I did try to do a little bit of homework on it last night, and I couldn't really find anything as far as explanation on the icons. But what I did find was that they're currently in the process. McMagic Productions is currently in the process of kind of reworking this particular aspect of the game. They want to make it a little bit easier to understand for people just joining, or that are, you know, so they can promote their game and stuff, you know, and better use these numbers to achieve the best results. So that is something. Oh, there's 8. There's 8. I didn't see this one at the far right here. These plus signs, which I believe have something to do with like a healing factor. So, you know, if you're making bandages or healing potions, this is something that's going to have a number value to it probably. So we're making a crude axe, which we need fiber for, and we can get grass or leaves, I think, and the easiest thing to get your hands on is leaves. So we're gonna start to gather up some leaves here. And I like, they don't have radial menus, they don't have right click menus. It just your options just appear as an interaction with whatever item your crosshairs are falling on. It definitely makes it more intuitive. You can just see it, oh, press this and then do it. So with most trees, any leafy trees, deciduous type trees, you know, you just press E and you can gather leaves off that tree. And most plants and shrubs are the same way. So you can get an abundance of leaves fairly quickly, pretty much right away. You know, it's something that starting out in most survival games always feels kind of dull because you don't have anything. You don't have any equipment. You got to go around and gather it. And the hardest part, especially to people who are new to the genre, is figuring out... Excuse me, hold on. Oh, excuse me. Figuring out what to do to get yourself equipped to begin your journey. And in Novus Inceptio here, it's kind of vague. And this is, I mean, it's been in development in early access now, probably for 1.5 years. Yeah, exactly, D's. I try not to spoil too much, being you know, new to the streaming community and new to the YouTube community. I try not to do. I like to be informed, but I don't want to do so much homework on something that it ruins the experience. I'd like to have surprises. I want to know enough to start off, so that way when I start doing videos on something, I can pass that information along, but still have that intermediary kind of foggy and hazy and discover it as we go along. So thanks, you like that? I got the Minecraft sword over there. Because Minecraft was a huge thing for me as far as gaming goes, so it definitely defined my favorite genre of games, and I really hold on to that. So it sounds kind of silly, but you know. Thanks, Deez. You really... Yeah, thanks. I mean, I have to give Minecraft its credit. It's definitely a solid game. It's just the visual style of it, though. It just becomes an eyesore after a while to me, and that's what makes it not enjoyable. But you know, this is the kind of world I like in a video, in a survival game. Something that's a little more fleshed out, a little more natural looking. I mean, blocky is okay, but I don't know. It's whatever. To each their own, and I judge not. Oh, absolutely, Deez. I couldn't agree with you more. Alright, so we got some leaves. It definitely, absolutely. Minecraft definitely defined a genre. Minecraft, I don't believe there was much in the world of survival games to the degree that Minecraft defined it. Before that, I don't really believe that there was much of anything that really could be classified as a build, craft, survive. There's games that had aspects of it, you know, but not completely start with nothing. And Minecraft really notched out the genre, absolutely, for sure. And there's been a ton of spin-offs from Minecraft itself, which are pretty much almost carbon copies. And it opened the doors for things like Ark Survival Evolved, Dark and Light, some of the newer titles, 7 Days to Die. You know, I mean, it's just it's seeded everything that people are making now. Have to draw something, I think, from the world of Minecraft. There's just no way around it, I don't think. Alright, so we got some leaves. So if you press the X key, this brings up your crafting window. And we're going to build an axe. So, and we're going to use our basic tab because we're just starting out. We don't need to worry about quality. We're just trying to get some tools made so we can get some stuff done. Now, we have stone that we gathered, we have branches that we've gathered, and we don't have any fiber. So that's going to be the next thing in here. And if you click on the item you don't have, it'll take you to the recipe to make it. So plants is something you need for fiber. So leaves count as plants, obviously. So we need 3 plants for 1 fiber. All right. Now, cool part about this is right down here you can manually set your quantity. Oh, I need 10. But And so that's how you do it, and it updates here. But you can just click the set to max button, and it zooms up on its own. So we can make 79 fibers. Okay, so you just click create, and then it moves over here. Simple counter or countdown bar tells you how many pieces, and then right here you can just click your previous recipe key or button, and it takes you back to what you were working on. So now we can just wait here for about another minute, and we'll have all those fibers made, and we will be able to make a beginner's crude axe. So we're going to close this window for now, which is quite fine because the progress bar shows up on the left hand side of your screen underneath your age and generation window. And let's look at our inventory real quick. No, we don't have. Okay, so we're just gonna progress. We're just gonna move, follow this hill up here. Oh look, there's some more presents. Oh look, there's a sign. All right, so we're gonna come over here to these presents, and we're gonna pick these up. I thought you needed a knife. I don't have a knife. I thought you needed a knife, but it's letting me pick them up anyway. And then we're gonna come over here to this sign. All right, so this sign right here, it signifies the area ahead is a building zone. All right. I was talking earlier about. We'll pull up our map here real quick. What's behind me? What do you mean, what's behind me? Okay, that's the A2A thing. A2A is, if you open my inventory here, A2A storage. This is what I was talking to you last night about these. The item, he follows you everywhere you go, and he's got large capacity. He has 5,000 kilograms of weight capacity, and he hauls stuff for you. So yeah, pretty harmless. He kind of gets in the way sometimes, though. The camera is a little bit clunky. There's some collision problems and issues, in my opinion, with A2A and the camera, and it just kind of gets in the way sometimes, but work in progress. You know how it goes. So we'll open our map again here, and we are right at the edge of the first building area, which is where we're going to start kind of exploring stuff. But it's and we're just going to recap this because you're just joined the stream. You have a lot of different building areas, which is not a permanent fixture of the game. The building area, the secluded building areas are a temporary thing. They will, after they're happy with the map and its progression, they're gonna take the specific building areas away and let you build wherever you see fit. But yeah, this is a very, very big map. Lots of places to explore. I'm sure there's lots of caves and tunnels around. Looks like here there is some sort of statue. There's some sort of statue thing going on here, which I have no idea what these are, but we will definitely have to come up this way at some point. Beams of light. These are, I'm not sure now. Okay, what they used to be is a saucer type structure where you started it out, and they changed that when they brought this map into playable state. They changed that, and you start here you start in the ground, in this like bunker type thing, and you start in a room that has some healing terminals, and there's a trade terminal and some stuff, and then you come out right here and you head south into the area that we're at now. And this is honestly, I have not explored this map any further. Hold on, getting a little squirrely here. Any further than this building area. I've explored this first ravine canyon area, and I have not been any further than this. So what they are now, I really couldn't tell you. I mean, and that's what I like about it. There's still a bit of mystery. You know, there's other people who do stuff, who do content for this game, and then, you know, I mean, I'm not looking that up. See here they are again. Let's try and zoom in a little bit here. See here, those statue type things again. I don't know. I haven't seen them from my player character perspective. I couldn't tell you, but it definitely there's definitely a lot of intrigue as to what they could be. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be fun. All right, so here we are in the very first building area, which are generally clearings. This one's a clearing. The second one is a pretty clear spot in general anyways. So not that big of a deal, but I like this very first spot because there's lots of trees that are around locally, and it's easy to get the ball rolling when you're first starting out. Let's go get this box over here, or this present over here, and then we'll go over to the box. And we're going to stay away from that wolf primarily. A, we don't have any weapons. B, I think we can get a little bit closer. It's a level 3, and just bad news bears, man. It'll eat us alive. All right, so the other thing to look out, and these boxes here are always in the game, have always been in the game, and they appear in random spots. There's no rhyme or reason to their location. And what this is, it is a box from the creators. That is its official name. And you'll get all kinds of stuff when you open these boxes. Like this particular one, we have scrap metal, and we can gather various amounts of the scrap metal, and you can turn it into ore, depending on, you know, this is iron scrap metal. So if we got a good stack of iron scrap metal, we can transmute that into iron ore, and then into iron ingots, and then into usable, functional items. So we'll just take all of that. All right, so back into our crude axe construction. We have everything we need, so we're going to click create. Alex and Baba Ganoush, we have an axe. Now open your inventory. As you see here, you have a secondary hotbar, and this is your tool belt. You can put all your tools here, which do not hinder you from using other weapons or shields or anything. You just pull this down. Here's our axe. We just pull this down here. We put it in our secondary hotbar, and once we make a pickaxe, we can do that. Put that down there, and our saws, and our knives, and any other production tools that we might need. And this is its own thing, and you can interact. You can cut down trees and stuff without having to switch your equipped items or anything like that. It's just kind of like an invisible tool belt, and all your stuff is available. All right, so here we are. This is what I was looking for earlier. Now if you notice, we have bark. We have, can I not? Okay, I can't move it like that. All right, so we have 18 bark. That's just plain old regular bark. And then we have right here, we have 6 units of T1. Now, bark in itself doesn't have any inherent stats. However, you can take this bark and you can transmute it into a higher level, and it takes, the conversion ratio is 2 to 1. It takes 2 units of something to make 1 unit of the higher tier, and I'm pretty sure it's that way all the way up the scale. Up to tier 10 is the best, is the highest tier quality that you can get. So you need, like, oh gosh, the cascade is the cascade, from looking at it backwards, is real. 2 tier 9s for 1 tier 10, 4 tier 8s for 2 tier 9s. Yeah, exactly. I was kind of pulling from the thin air on that one, but You know, it's definitely worthwhile because once you start getting your skills up and you start putting your I don't know if you were here for it when I talked about the age points. This is your I have 7 age points. Okay, and you can use age points in exploration and crafting. These are the 2 trees that we have access to right now. Okay, and every generation gives you what is it? 50. Hold on. 18 to 78 is 60, but you get 57 age points per generation, something like that. 55, 57, somewhere in there. And so, yeah, and this is where you use your age points. We'll put 1 into tree saplings, gives us the possibility to obtain seedlings from trees and shrubs, so that of which we can take those seedlings and plant them anywhere in the world. All right, and then we have, some basic things. You got your stone and ore harvesting, gives you better results. And in my experience, that the higher you go into this, to these nodes, gives you a better chance of getting better tier item resources. Lets you mine them a little bit faster, things of that nature. And then you have crafting basics here, which we will put a point into as well. This will increase our crafting speed by 5%. And there's different various nodes that help you with all your crafting stuff, from transmuting speed to more crafting speed here. Tier 1 crafting speed, Tier 2 crafting speed, Tier 3 crafting speed. Things like that. And then here you've got increase of skill acquisition during production. This is a really good one. If you're just trying to level up a skill, you pump this full of points, and then you'll get more skill progression per action. Kind of like eating food in Life is Futile. But this is kind of like a permanent buff. Crafting dexterity. This is a good one especially for grinding out levels in skills. There's always, no matter how good you are at something, there's always a chance that you'll fail, and of those failures, there's a chance that you will lose the materials involved in the process, and this will lessen that chance. Crafting better products. This gives you a buff, so to speak, that gives you a better chance to create a better item. So if you're using tier one resources, this node will give you a better chance to craft a tier 2 item from those tier 1 resources, kind of thing. So, but we're gonna put the rest of these points right into wood harvesting, and that's what we're gonna do with those. All right, so we've got our axe, and let's go back and look at and let's go ahead and let's build a knife, and let's go ahead and let's build a sword. Well, you never know. So let's build a shaft. You need branches for a shaft, which you get off any tree. Previous recipe. Oh, we need 3. We need 3. All right, so let's make 2 more. And right here, as you're doing stuff, you can see your skill value rise. Every time you successfully create something, your skill value will rise. Beforehand, not after the fact. However, don't cancel. If you have a long enough of a queue racked up that it's going to take some time, don't cancel it. Don't ever cancel a queue in progress. You will lose all the resources. They will just disappear. Bad news. Especially if you spend some time cutting down trees, making logs for log packs, different things of that nature, and you're like, no, I don't want to do that right now, and you cancel it, you're out resources. Definitely kind of sucks. I don't know if that's an intended thing, but... Alright, so let's go back to our sword. Let's create a sword. Alright, so we have some basic tools and weapons. Let's close our crafting menu, open our screen, open our character menu. Alright, so we got our inventory, equipment, and attributes. We're going to pull our knife. Hold on. Let's move this up a little bit. We're going to take our knife. We're going to pull this down here into our tool belt so we don't got to worry about that. We're going to take our sword. And we're going to move that over here so we don't have to worry about that. Even now, you notice the knife is there, but it's still here. So, yeah, it's not a problem. It'll still be there. Oh, I must have had one. I must have had one when I started, and I didn't see it. 4.03. All right, so we're gonna change this out. We're gonna take this beginner's crude knife, which happens to be an iron knife, and we're gonna put that down on our toolbar, and we're gonna get rid of the stone knife, which you can just drag your stone knife down here onto this little recycle key, or this recycle icon, and poof, gone, disappeared. That's how you get rid of your junk. Oh, my nose. Alright, so let's go ahead and open these presents and see what we got. Oh, we got a blueprint. 2, 3 blueprints. Awesome, we got 3 blueprints. Beginner's wall. We'll learn that. A pillow. I don't know how useful that'll be right now. And a carpet. I don't know how useful that'll be right now either, but hey, I'll take it. Alright, so here we have 2 scrolls. Let's kind of shuffle these around a little bit here. Alright, so here we have 3 scrolls actually. And we're going to use... Oh, we don't have a pickaxe yet. Let's see if we can make a pickaxe, and then we'll get into the scroll thing. Pick. Okay, so we need a blade, which we can make out of raw stone. A handle, which we can make out of branches and twine. How many twine did we need? We need 1 twine. Alright, so let's make that. Let's make a handle. And let's make a blade. Alright, there we are. Oh, I need 2 more blades. Alright, there we are. What? Oh, there it is. Alright, so there. Now we have a pickaxe. Okay, so we'll pull that down into our tool belt. And now we're going to use here, Scroll of Desert Anomaly, year 1600. It's the only Scroll of Desert Anomaly I've seen. It's always the same. I'm not sure what the different tiers of scrolls mean, but... Alright, so we're going to come out here. We're going to open our inventory again, and we're going to right-click and use the anomaly. And this is what the anomalies look like. They do occur naturally out in the world, but as you gather, you can just hoard your scrolls, and that way you don't have to search them out, and you know what you're getting into. Like, we know now, because we use a scroll, we know this is a desert anomaly right in front of us. However, if you look off to our left, to the southwest, or to our right, I'm sorry, to the southwest, there's one kind of hiding behind the trees over there. That's a random one, and you don't know what you're getting yourself into. It could be the desert, it could be the ruined city, and there's one other one I've seen, which is reminiscent of, like, the Himalayas, I guess. It's a cold, frozen, tunnel-y type area. But yeah, this is the desert anomaly we're going into. And the desert anomaly is really, really great. When you're just starting out, though, you got to be really, really careful. at least in this one, and the Ruined City one is plagued with wolves. So you got to be careful as you're navigating. But I really like the desert one because it has lots of ore nodes in it, of all kinds, iron and copper and gold and silver, all the ore nodes that you could possibly need. So, well, and you only get a specific amount from each node, but you'll see it. And I've seen nodes in my various experience with this, reaching high as 34, something like that. And you get three ore per strike. Gold has limited use as a crafting item. You can use it to make, well, you can make gold ingots, you can make rose gold, and there's several different alloys that you can make with the gold. See, there's a scorpion. We want it's a level 4 and it will eat us, so we're going to try and be really careful and not let it see us, so we can just get some materials to start out with. The gold right off the bat, the only real use it has right off the bat is, yes, you can refine it and you can take it back to a trade terminal and sell it to make some peck to buy other items that you might need. See, that was a 24 unit node. Yeah, see, I want to get over there and get those. We're just going to let that guy wander a bit. Here's this cheap silver ore node. It's only got 9 units, but alright, so looks like we got, oh, really level 1, but yeah, I don't feel like tangling with you. There's another silver ore node. And we got some ancient crystal. We have no use for that right now, so I'm not gonna pick that one up, but that will be useful later on. See, here's a 27 unit node. Definitely a good find. Now he's gonna start circling back, but thankfully they're a little bit slow and we can get out of here, hopefully, before he decides he wants to come back up this way. Oh, here he comes. One more strike. Oh, there we go. Alright, let's kind of... I've only got 100 HPs, otherwise if I had a bit more HPs I might be able to tangle with him, but yeah, I'm just not... And you don't get experience per se when you defeat creatures, so, you know, it's kind of pointless to go on a mass killing spree, other than resource harvesting, like for your leathers and your pelts, which you need to make some higher level armors and things like that, you know. Try to make some stations or what have you. Let's, you know, get some meat for making food and whatnot. And all right, Daisy, take it easy, man. I'll see you when you get back. So yeah, there's not an XP grind like in most games. It's that aspect of it is very similar to like Life is Feudal, and things of that nature. So oh, nice 21 unit iron ore node. Definitely a good find there. See if the wife is... No, wife is not talking to me right now, so she's busy at work, which allows this stream to happen. Oh, there's lots of shit down over there. Yeah, sweet, man. Alright, so we're gonna head back down that way after we circle around up top here through this pass. We're just gonna circle over and see if there's anything to be seen. And nope, no nodes over here. Excuse me. Alright, so continuing the mining excursion in the desert anomaly. welcome to any new viewers to the Novus Inceptio stream. We're in a desert anomaly, mining because it's the best way, in my opinion. I'm also kind of hoping to get some node drops. As you're mining, you can get placeable ore nodes to put around in the main game world, and that's a really good thing. I'd really love to score some of that on this fresh start. That would make some things a lot easier. Those are precious finds when you get those, let me tell you what. Oh, there's a scorpion up around the hill there, so we gotta be careful of that. Alright, getting some gold, some more iron, and I haven't seen any tin in here. I'm sure there's some somewhere, but we will continue as far as we can. Alright, see there's a lot of scorpions over there. $15-unit silver node, definitely a good find there. Oh, there's tin ore. 15 units of that. Some more silver. Ah, the silver nodes are cheap, man. Scraps, I tell you, scraps. Alright, so we've got that one. Let's carefully skirt around here. I don't know what the aggro radius is for these guys. So we're just gonna kind of steer absolutely clear as much as we can. Alright, we're gonna grab this copper right here. Alright, is this something we've already hit? Yep, we've already touched that one. So we kind of made a circle. That's alright though. Oh, there's a node we haven't hit right up over here. Just gotta kind of be careful. God, there's tons of freaking scorpions. And they're a bit higher level too, and we are not in any position to take these things on. There's just tons of nodes in here, man. Tons and tons of nodes in the desert anomaly. There's so much material that it would just be silly not to take advantage of early on in the game. Oh, he's getting a little too close for comfort. Let's kind of back away here a little bit. Kind of wait. Don't want to fall. There's a couple of nodes. There's a few nodes down below that we can take advantage of. I just want to stay up here for the time being, though. Welcome any new viewers to the Novus Inceptio stream with Admiral Krull. Checking out this game. Probably for the 4th time now. I like obscure Oh, I don't want to get too close to this guy. Oh, sweet. Can I? There's a little bit of reach with the mining nodes, so you can kind of snake your way into something that you wouldn't otherwise normally get your hands on. And I definitely won't complain about that. I don't know if that guy's... Oh, he is aggroed on us. But he can't get to us. Yeah. Yeah, we are under attack by a level 4 scorpion, I think. He's stuck on that tree, though. Of which... Oh, no. Now they're unstuck. And now they're on to me. Well, here's the good thing. Here's the good thing about these anomalies. Up in the right-hand corner, where it shows, oh my gosh, where it shows the temperature and stuff like that, you can just exit anomaly just like that. Otherwise, I would have. There is an exit point. There's an exit point in there on the other side of the map where we were from, but there's just so much stuff between. Us and that yeah, bad news bears, man. Press number 6, we'll get a healing potion going. We're gonna have to make a bandage though. What about how we're gonna fix this bleeding? 0? No. Alright, so let's, okay, we have some fibers. Let's look at bandage. Alright, healing cover. No, something else to know is if something is in this hotbar, it is not technically in your inventory, and the crafting menu won't see it. Just an FYI for those of you just tuning in. So we're trying to make some bandages, and that's why, because our healing cover was down here, which is definitely a good thing, but the crafting inventory doesn't see anything in your hotbar because it's technically not in your inventory. So we're gonna make a couple of these real quick. Now, see, there we are. We had a critical failure in our crafting, and we lost a healing cover. So okay, so let's go in here, and we'll bandage injury. And this time it worked. Those two do have a chance to not work. And sometimes you might need to use a couple until your skill gets up to an appropriate level. But look at all the stuff that we got out of that desert anomaly, man. Let's use this regular healing potion and get some more HPs real quick. There we are. Oh, nice. Very nice, D's. Gold is always great to find. I did get a bit of gold here myself. But we also scored something really... Or at least I thought we did. I thought I scored... Oh, yep, right here. Here we go, right here. We scored a deposit of gold ore. These have a random chance to drop while you're mining. Okay, placeable node of gold. So we're just gonna hold on to that for now, and we can use that and place down a gold node around our base, so we don't have to go into the anomalies, and we can just mine it right outside in the comfort and safety of our own area. Now I also thought I got some copper ones, but I guess I didn't. However, the gold one it's just a tier 1, so we have a higher chance. It's a tier 1 gold deposit, so we have a higher chance of getting tier 1 gold out of it. Which, if you look here at the number sign in its description, it says 4.0. It has a higher sell value, and we could take that back to a trade terminal and sell it for PEC. Alright, so we got some metal to work with. Got some iron, got a little bit of raw silver, some copper, some tin, and some gold. Alright, so now we need to start making a base of operations. Now here's the cool thing I like about Novus Inceptio. Okay, if you press the B key, this is what you're given. No matter what time of day it is, if it's in the dead of night, you press the B key, you will see like it's the middle of the day. Okay. Now we're gonna recheck this box that says show only learned blueprints. All right, and this is all the things that we already know how to build, or that they have given us access to. Okay, so we can take, like, for example, these foundations here. You just click on it and you can pull it out and you can rotate it. Now, I hate the fact that grass shows up. Is this a foundation? Yeah, it is a foundation. Why is it goofy looking? I don't know. But let's do something simple here, and we'll just do like a 3x3 square. Okay, you can lay all that out. And then let's go ahead and what do we got here? This is this is all trunk stuff, which is fine. It's fine. Let's see. We'll take a window. We'll put a couple of windows in here, and we'll put. And you just use your mouse wheel to change its orientation. Okay, and we'll put something kind of to the effect of. Well, if you right click, you can move your camera. It also recenters your camera. Now, I thought you could. You used to be able to move your orientation of your camera. I don't know how to do that now. Or how that. Oh. Hey, why don't we check out the nifty little explanation window up in the top right left hand corner? Alright, so if you want to hold shift. No. Alright, well, it's not working. I can't quite get it to. Why? Oh, there we go. We're going to put that guy there. Alright, back in action here. Doorway. Door. You're kind of pre-building your structures, and this is kind of what I like about it. Now, you'll see here in just a moment, and this is why I think it draws from. Now, I think this game has been in development longer than The Forest, I'm pretty sure. Again, don't quote me on that. But this is why, what you're about to see is why I think it's similar to The Forest. If you press B again and exit the building menu, here we have our pre-planned structure. Which you have collision on stuff. You can't open the door to go inside, but you can see the project you're working on. All right, and your interaction here, you just put your mouse your reticle on there when it's green, and then you left click, you bring up your interaction window. We need, for this particular square, we need 2 twine and 8 logs. Okay, it's calling for fir logs. So if you match its resource requirement, you get, there's a bit of a bonus that's involved with that. Add all. We don't have. All right, so now we need a lot of logs and we need a lot of twine. So we're gonna kind of carefully come to the edges of our area here, and we're gonna cut trees and harvest leaves. so we can get the logs and twine we need, and we're going to start building our structure. Also, we're going to pick up any presents and boxes that we find. Ooh, we got another scroll of anomaly for the desert. Definitely hoard those things. Hoard them until you need to go farming, because I mean, granted, as you've seen, there's lots of bad guys, but there is some initial safe places to where you can mine that stuff. Now, there we go. Cutting our first tree down. Timber! Now, there's no adverse effects if the tree falls on you, at least at this point. So, we're just gonna take care of that. Chop this tree up into some logs. It looks like we're getting 9 logs out of this one tree, which isn't bad, actually. That's kind of generally the quantity of thumb, I guess, is a good way to put it. So we're just kind of looking for some fir trees or some cedar. This here's a cedar tree. I'm gonna cut this guy down. Woo! Progress, man, progress. Always take after the tree falls. Always takes a moment or two until you can chop it up, but you know, it's whatever. All right. Now your beginning tools might see our pickaxe took quite a bit of a durability hit. Yeah, see, here's, if you mouse over it, you see you have 2 bars. You have a green bar and a red bar. Your green bar is your quality, which has a tier 1 beginner's pickaxe made out of stone, a 3% quality, and then the sword with the red tip we see again. This is our durability, or how broken it is, I believe, is the best way to describe that, because the higher that percentage is, the more broken it is. So yeah, but we can repair it, which doesn't seem to cost anything, except you lose quality when you repair something. See, our quality went down from 3% to 2%, so you lose a bit every time you repair something, but you're gaining skill up there is a repair skill in your skill list, and that is improving as we do this. So you will always reach a point to where you have to make new items, you know, which is always good, because you know, there's another game that I toy around with, Force of Nature. And your items, while it's nice in one regard, your items do not have a durability. They don't break on you or anything like that. That is nice in one regard, but at the same time, you know, you make something once, you don't gotta make it again. And to me, that's just kind of, it doesn't quite fit, you know, with the whole survival thing. I mean, there's a balance between permanent items and a durability based thing. In most cases, games that have a durability based setup, it is very, very out of whack. However, you know, that's a digression that I'm gonna have to make. It is what it is. So back to cutting trees. Here we are. We've got another fir tree here. Oh, see, here we can pick small seedlings. So we're going to do... Anytime you see pick small seedlings, you want to do that. Pick the seedlings you can. I mean, because, yes, the trees do appear to come back. I have logged out after a huge cutting spree, and then a couple days later, I'll get back into the game, and everything I cut down has grown back. But if you can increase your yield, why wouldn't you? So, you know, hey, we got 15 out of this one. Or we're going to get 15 out of this one. That's a pretty good haul. We're going to need lots of wood. And there's a couple of bushes around here we're going to harvest leaves off of. Pick the leaves off this guy. BioShock, these I tried to play BioShock. I really couldn't get into it. I'm not quite sure why. I don't think it has anything to do with the genre of the game, but it just couldn't get my attention really. Some more leaves. Lots and lots of leaves, because we're going to need lots and lots of twine. My brother loves BioShock, and he is why I tried it, and it's just not my thing really. He played BioShock 2, BioShock, all of them. He played all of them, and he loved all of them. Alright, so, oh sweet, creator's box. What do we got in here? Oh, a bandage. Awesome. We got a bandage. We got a single rune fragment and an empty bottle. The empty bottle is a really good score, actually. We can go fill that up with water. Oh, hey, there's 3 present boxes around here. We're not going to have to worry about food for a while with these presents. Between the candy canes and the Christmas treats and what else do we get out of these guys? Christmas cookies. Between these 3 items, we're not going to have to worry about food for a little while. For quite a while, probably. Alright, so Christmas treats we're going to pull right here. And where did... Oh, they're empty. Why are my water bottles empty? I'm going to have to go fill those up. We're going to have to do that here real quick. Alright, so let's run down the water and fill those up, because we're getting thirsty. Ooh, more boxes. I love presents. Presents are always good. So we're gonna hold on to the stockings now, and just stockpile them, because we get scrolls out of them and we get some other stuff out of them, and it's just, yeah, really good, really good. And if you could stockpile them, and it's kind of a storage thought, I guess, because you get so much out of the stockings. Alright, so you have to, in order to fill your water bottle, you have to be standing. You have to be standing in the water. You can fill an individual, or you can fill the entire stack. We're just going to fill the entire stack. We're going to pull our water bottles down into our hot bar, and that's something you can get more water bottles from creator boxes, as we've seen, or if you go into the ruined city anomaly, you can find them in there too. The ruined city anomaly is definitely one we will not be visiting very quickly. There's so much stuff to harvest out of that anomaly. There's all kinds of like electronic components and bricks and And oh, hey, another full water bottle. Yeah, we'll take that. That's an awesome find. There's just so much stuff in that anomaly that it's just, yeah, we're just gonna hold on to those. We're not gonna visit that right away. All right, so back to, ooh, hey, another creator box. See what I mean? You just keep your eyes peeled and you find a lot of stuff. Your inventory starts to get full very quickly, especially if you're looking for the items. And storage is a little bit funky. Oh, there's another Christmas box. We're gonna go get that Christmas box, and then we're gonna start cutting down more trees. We're probably gonna clear out this area right here to my left. Sweet. More desert anomaly scrolls. Oh, here's some leaves. Now we're gonna actually kind of multitask here a little bit. We're gonna go in and get some fiber going. Whoops. We're gonna get some, I don't know what the difference is between these two, but hopefully they rework this a little bit, because some of the resources or some of the parts get listed multiple times depending on what you're trying to make. Yeah, it's a little annoying, but it's whatever. Alright, so we got 54 fibers, so we're gonna just go ahead and queue those up, let those run, and cut down trees while that's working. So yeah, there we go with the multitask. Woo! Oh. How many logs out of this guy? 9. Camera's a little squirrely. See, this guy kind of looks... I don't know how to look at your face, dang it. He's got this whole Final Fantasy look kind of to him a little bit. He's got kind of the faux hawk thing going on a little bit. And just the facial features he's got. He's very, I don't know, modern Final Fantasy, I guess. Not old school, but... Welcome to any new viewers. This is Novus Inceptio. Feel free to say hi. Just gathering some resources to build a house. Cutting up trees, farming up leaves to make some fibers and some twines. Oh, man. There we are. So I'm not sure what dictates how many logs you get out of a tree. I'm not sure how to tell the age of the tree. I don't think there is an inspection type function like there is in Life is Feudal. You can inspect a tree, you can see its quality, you can see how many branches or how many sprouts or whatever you can get out of that tree. I haven't discovered anything like that going on with Novus Inceptio here. But it's always good to find, as you've seen earlier, we cut down a 15-unit tree. That's definitely a good find. I haven't seen that in quite some time. Oh, no. Just got the itchy thing going on, man. I don't know what's up, but we're gonna come around to the other side of the tree. Damn camera crap. It's a little funny, but hey. These guys, Magic Productions, is always making improvements to Novus Inceptio. Alright, so it looks like our twine is done. Let's go see how far we can get with our little house here. Alright, so first we're gonna... Oh, I just made fibers, not twine. Ooh. Twine. Alright, there we are. Set to max. We have 63 twine. Ha ha ha! And that'll only take about a minute, so that's alright. I am gonna do something here quick though. I'm gonna hide the camera for just a bit because the itching is non-stop, and I don't think you just want to sit there and watch me scratch my face. While I play this game. It's borderline incessant. I'll get a few moments of peace and oh, it's just irritating. Alright. So there we go. Our twine is finished. Hopefully this itching will go away very soon. Alright, so what we got going on here is here you have your production screen for the items that we have laid out. Alright, and you can manually select. See here, pine. We have tier 1 log. We have 15 tier. Wow, that's actually really good. So we need 8. We're just gonna add all because it doesn't really matter. This is a world. We are in this world unto ourselves. Oh, you know what? We need to build a hammer. We haven't built a hammer yet. We're gonna need a hammer. You need a hammer. You need a hammer to build. So we're gonna whip up one of those quick. We should have everything we need to build that. Shaft, branches. We're gonna do 5. Actually, we're gonna do 10. Okay. Let that finish out. We're gonna set to max. We're gonna create 10 of those. Oh my god. Alright, previous recipe. Need to make a handle. Oh, we need to make some more shafts. Let's make 10 more. As our skills going up in carpentry, a little slowly at first, but that's alright. Previous recipe, we'll make 10 more shafts. Now see here we have 1.96 skill required skill value 1.5. So that's what gives us the 100% chance. That's a little self-explanatory, but never hurt. If you don't have the skill, you're more prone to failure. Although there is always a chance of failure, it reflects the fact that you're human. Alright, let's create those. See, bam, we jumped up to 2.2 or 2.22. Stupid nose. So, I mean, if you really wanted to, you could just gather up a bunch of materials and just make crap tons of whatever to get that skill up. All right, so we're gonna back up. We have, oh, so there we go. We have everything we need to make a hammer. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna make hammer. Weaponsmithing is what that. Actually, we're just gonna set to max, and we're gonna make 4. So we're gonna go from 1.19 to 1.36. That's a slow grind. I'm not sure if tier quality affects the amount of skill up that you get when creating things like this. It might. I haven't noticed that as of yet. All right, so we're gonna go into our inventory. We're gonna grab a hammer down into our tool belt. Then we're gonna go back and Alt key into our interactions. What's going on? Why is this not? Yeah, that was weird. All right, so we got a hammer. Now we can build this stuff, man. Go ahead, finalize this square, and then we're gonna work on the doorway. All right, what's going on here? There we go. Finalize that. Finalize the doorway. And the door. Oh, am I out of law? No, there we go. Finalize. Alright, so now we should be able to. Oh, right click opens the door. Duh. Maybe? Not working. Oh well. So we're just gonna go through here and use up all the resources we've gathered. You can build some pretty wicked places with this kind of a system. I enjoy this building system because you get the preview of it in the building menu. You get the preview of what it's going to look like. So you already have the image in your mind, and then you realize it in the building system, the building menu screen, and then you can see the final product pretty much right away, and then you just got to go farm the resources and plug them in. So this is definitely a nice way to have building in a game, and I thoroughly enjoy that. All right, so now we got to get this door open. There we go. Work this time. No, I don't want to do the roof yet. I want to do the floor first. Because inside here we're going to put some storage. There we go. Alright, so it looks like we're short on logs, but we've made some progress. We got our outer walls built and a little bit of our floor. So we're gonna cut some more logs. And just there's a wolf over there. We're gonna avoid that guy. Cut this guy down here. Some of this, I don't know if it's my settings. But some of the sounds seem a little unbalanced as far as volumes go. I'm not quite sure where those settings are. I'm really not sure. But that's all right. Where's that wolf go? He's far enough away. Oh, you know what? I forgot. I didn't even see the pick small seedlings. Totally my fault. Oh my gosh. That's just awful. You can't get them after you cut it down. So if you don't pick up on it, if you don't get it right away, you're just kind of out. All right, so we're at age 34 now. We're gonna visit our character menu real quick. Take a look at. We have 8 age points to use, and we're just gonna put some into wood and some into stone and ore harvesting, and that will give us better results. Go get this guy over here. So I'm not sure what effect it's having on the gathering of trees, if it's being a little bit faster. Let's do a reset. You can reset these at any time. So let's do a quick reset. And we're just gonna put 1 point into tree saplings for the time being. And we're gonna do a comparison here real quick to see. Alright, no saplings on this guy. Alright, let this guy fall down. Alright, so we're kind of watching how long it takes. Looks like it's about 4 seconds to get 1 chop cycle. Alright, so now let's go in and put all those points back into wood harvesting. So we're at 15% from 20%, increasing harvesting result for wood. Now let's see what kind of effect that has on pick small seedlings. Ka-ching! Alright, so let's cut this guy down. The cutting doesn't appear to be any faster. The chopping doesn't seem to be any faster either, so I don't really know what that's doing for us, quite honestly. Alright, we're getting hungry, so we're going to press number 7, eat a Christmas treat. There we go. Press number 8, drink some water. We're getting a little thirsty. Keep those things up, and your stamina will regen better. At least that's what I've come to notice. So we're coming along quite nicely. We're getting the beginnings of a house made. We're getting the beginnings of some workspace. Got some ideas for what our next project's gonna be. After we get this little bit of a house built. Alright, so let's go back to the house. And see how much we can finish up. Alright, we got our floor finished. That's awesome. That's really, really awesome. Now we're going to zoom out a bit and start getting our ceilings done. Look at that. Look at that. We have a finished beginning of a house. Now we're going to go into our building menu here. And we're going to add some more foundation. Because we're going to need... Ooh, this is going to be interesting. Okay. You know, I like that. We're gonna stick with that for right now. Let's go ahead. We can build 2 sections, and then we'll have to get some more logs. Actually, we're just gonna go get some more logs first. Let's take a look over behind us. There's a few more trees we can cut down over here. Welcome, Dan, and you viewers. Playing some Novus Inceptio, getting some progress made on initial housing and workstations. Cutting down some trees. Getting a bit of a platform built. Gonna be getting into some workstations here shortly next. keeping an eye out as we cut these trees down for any saplings that we can get off them, so we can replant them and move the wood closer to the house, actually. Which, oh, that wolf's a bit close, and I don't think we're ready to tangle with him just yet. Kind of circumvent him. Gonna pick up these presents here quick. Yeah, man, I like presents. Oh, he's circling around. So we might have to leave that tree for the time being. What else is over here? We'll come back this way. And we'll cut this guy down. Alright, so oh, something else about the obelisk. I completely forgot. There is a radius around. I suppose I can. My nose is feeling a bit better, so I'm gonna turn my camera back on. Hi. And we'll get back into the game. Your obelisks have a radius around them to where it's a safe zone, and if you're in the safe zone, nothing will attack you. Even hostile creatures, they will not attack you in an obelisk safe zone unless you make the first strike yourself. So something to consider when you're navigating around. Yeah, I don't know what happened. My nose just kind of went haywire, and I was scratching like every 5 minutes. Just annoying. Still a little itchy, but it's better than it was, and you won't be seeing me scratch my face all the time. Oh, that looks kind of hideous, honestly. Alright, so now we're going to go back over. We're going to see how much we can get done. And I think we got a couple of saplings. And we'll plant those nearby the house. Whoops. It's important not to move when you're in the progress of doing stuff. Why does he cancel that? Alright, we're getting a nice foundation set here, and we're going to be able, with the iron or the ores that we collected, we should be able to get some progress up here pretty quickly, I think. And I think we might have to make one more log run before. We'll have. No, we should be alright. Some were taking 8 and some are taking 2. I don't quite understand why. See, I think it has something to do with the logs themselves. I think certain, like I was talking about earlier, I think certain resources are better for certain things. And when you have a better some wood that's better for building than others, you have to use less of it. That's kind of my opinion on that. I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure how legitimate that is, however. All right, so there we are. We have a nice foundation with some grass poking through, which annoys the crap out of me, but I don't know how to change that right now. I could, because the next building we build, I'll probably circumvent that a little bit and build something to break something to build something kind of thing. All right, so now the next order of business is gonna be a anvil. Oh no, we need a campfire. That's what we need. Basic campfire. A regular campfire. Well, let's start with that, because we have a guaranteed chance of success. And you always, it's my opinion, you always want to go with the guaranteed chance of success for better skill ups. So let's go ahead and, what were we making? We're making kindling, so we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna make 10. Actually, let's make 20. We'll make 20 of those, and that should get us up, maybe? Oh no, because we gotta make the campfire to get the skill up, so we need 1.5. Alright, so we're gonna make 4 and see where that gets us for points. Oh, almost. Let's make 4 more. 4 more. There we go. Now we're going to make a regular campfire. We're going to make 3. Why not? Get some skill ups, man. So we got lots of campfires to work with. Okay, so into our inventory, we're going to use a basic campfire, which we will place. Where are we going to place this? We're going to place this right over here. Right mouse click to finalize your placement of your items. Alright, so let's start the fire. And left click to craft, and now we need to make some copper ink. We're going to refine the ores we've made into ingots. Hold on, that's a lot. Let's look at the anvil again. Alright, so we need 6 copper ingots. Let's try the advanced tree and see what it's going to let us use. We have to use copper. Alright, well, why not make the best we can make right now? And we're going to use tier 1. And we're going to make 6. We'll start our fire again. And you have to feed your fire in order to do this stuff. See, once you start the fire, you have about a minute with kindling that you make, but you can add wood to it like you would any other normal fire to extend your burn time. And we're going to throw these 4, or 2 cedar logs gives us 24 minutes. Tier 1 cedar logs gives us 24 minutes of burn time. So that's going to allow us to get these 6 copper ingots made, which aren't taking very long at all. Thank goodness. And then we'll make an anvil. We'll be back to basic right now. Once she's finished out, we'll get an anvil made and we'll see what we can do with that. Actually, let's make 6 more. Actually, no, that's not. Okay, anvil. Let's create our anvil. Production failed. Production failed. Oh, see, we lost a copper ingot on that. Alright, so let's make... Yes, 5, 6, 7... That's 9, 10, 11, 12, 20. 20. Alright, let's make... Oh, come on. Are you kidding me? Alright, copper ingot. Let's make 20. Now, the reason this is happening, anybody who joined the stream, thank you for joining. Playing some Novus Inceptio, trying to build an anvil, and we're having some failures. Now, the reason this is happening is because we have a chance of success rate here, which is we have a plus 1.5 chance of success from our hammer that we made. And our skill value is 1.31, and the required skill value is 6. That's why we're having our failures. But the only way to get better at it is to keep trying. So we're just gonna... There we go, 1. And you're gonna lose materials right off the bat at first anyway, due to this process. So, we're just gonna make this quick and... Haha! Set to max every time you do it, because you're only gonna lose 1. You're only gonna lose 1 material for every failure, no matter how big your production queue is. So, but the size of your production queue upon that success is reflected in your skill ups. So if you have 100 of something and you have a success, you're going to get a bigger skill up than in doing one at a time. Sure, you might have to wait a little bit longer, but the payout is worth it, in my opinion. We need a skill of... What was it? Let's look at the anvil again. Oh, that's blacksmithing. Now, I don't know how to get the blacksmithing up. Can we make a sword? Requires anvil or forge. No, we can't make a sword and a campfire. Crude sword. That's weaponsmithing. Alright, let's cancel this. Let's look at our blacksmithing. Base metals, copper ingot. Metallurgy. Parts. Nails. Nails require skill of 7. Hooks are 6.5. So yeah, you're gonna struggle a little bit when you start, and that is the nature of any survival game, struggling a little bit when you start. It is the nature of things, and that's just how it is. So all right, so it looks like we've got our ingots made. Now let's. Where is? Close that, close that. Transmutation, no. Let's look at the anvil again. Alright. And there we go. There we go, we got an anvil. Let's see. We just made a bunch of anvils. 14 of them. And we got... Okay, now I'm confused. Just a little bit. Let's go back to the anvil. Required skill of 1. It just said it required skill value of 6. I know it did. I don't know. It's whatever. The point is, we have some anvils, and now we can place one down. Where did they go? There they are. So let's place one down. Right here. Next to our campfire. Let's put one right there. Alright, so now let's go into our anvil. And actually, let's go into our weapon and tool smithing, workbenches. Yeah, that's the one we wanted. And now we want to make a forge. We do need a we have the beginner's anvil. We need some logs. We have a campfire, and we have some. Let's look at basic. We need some more copper ingots. And we used them all, making that surplus of copper ingots. We had copper ingots. We made a surplus of anvils. You're gonna just take my advice and make surpluses of everything, because you're gonna need materials to lose to get those skill ups. All right, so we're gonna hold on. I seem to be overburdened. All right, so let's open our inventory and let's just move all these anvils over to our A2A storage. We're gonna move a lot of stuff over here actually, because he can carry lots of stuff. 5,000 kilograms of storage capacity. We got a tier 1 pine tree we can plant. We have cedars we can plant. We're gonna hold on to those for the time being. And we're gonna come right just out here, and we're gonna use another scroll of desert anomaly, and we're gonna go get some more copper to work with. .10 HP loss for entering. What? Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Not a big deal. But apparently I'm bleeding for some reason or another. We'll use a bandage. That one failed. We'll use another bandage. That one failed. Really? Alright, so we're bleeding for some reason or another. I don't know. We weren't bleeding before we came in the anomaly, but now we are. So we're just gonna go ahead and we're just gonna do a little bit more mining, because we're gonna need to get some materials to make some better tools is what we're gonna do. Eat a Christmas treat for a stamina refill. Pow! Lots of copper ore out of this node. 27 units. And it appears this is the same as the last desert anomaly we were in. So the node layout is pretty darn close. I don't know about the node values, but yeah, it's kind of nice actually. If it is the same, it's kind of nice. You know where to go. You know where the enemies are that you have to avoid. Things like that. Ah, 15 unit gold ore. Or gold node. That's definitely a good thing. The gold we're probably just going to hold on to for a while. Because there's nothing we can really buy at the trade terminal I was at earlier that's going to do us any good right now. Except for maybe some graphite. We can probably get some graphite and get into some steel. That would be kind of neat. Alright, use another stamina tonic. Or, okay, water. Stamina tonic. Oh, here comes that level 3 scorpion. No, don't aggro me, please. Oh, thank God. Do not want to mess with any bad hombres. We have no armor, and we have a basic... Where are you going? Why are you going where I wanted to go? It's not fair. It's not fair, damn it. Ah, that's alright. That's alright. It happens. We're going to come down here this time. We went up the other way last time. And we're just trying to be safe as we can possibly be at this time. So, some silver. We're going to mess around with a little bit of refining after we get done with this. After we get done with this mining run, you can refine items to higher qualities, or higher tiers, I should say. Yeah, see over there, there's some really bad hombres. Nope, yep, we got spotted. Exit, we're just gonna bounce out. We got spotted, we have nothing to defend ourselves with. And we got spotted. So, instead of taking all kinds of damage, we're just gonna get out and we're gonna see about making some bandages. To get ourselves patched up. That's alright, we got some copper to work with. So, what do we need? Or forge, that's what we're trying to make. We're trying to make the forge. We're gonna make a forge and then we're gonna make the forge and I'm gonna take a short break to get some liquid and maybe use a bio and then we'll continue on getting ourselves set up. Alright, so let's look at what we need for the forge. And we just needed copper ingots. Okay. So, craft with a campfire. Ingot. Copper ingot. Pure copper ingot. No, that requires a forge, which is what we're trying to make. So, let's do 20. Let's do 20 more. Actually, let's just turn it all into copper ingots. 31! Yes! Very awesome. Oh my nose. See, it started up again, man. I didn't want you guys to see me scratch but I don't know what's going on with that. Alright, so we're letting those cook up. They should be almost done here shortly. So, welcome new viewers. Admiral Kroll here playing Novus Inceptio. We're about to make a forge and about to get some bandages going because we are bleeding. We were just in a desert anomaly getting some copper and some other items. We need to be able to get ourselves some self-defense. We need to make a better weapon so we can kill some creatures and get some hides so we can make some armor. There's just lots of progression happening, and that's just kind of what we're working on right now. So thank you for tuning in and checking out Novus Inceptio. I deleted my old save when I started the stream and started from scratch. So we're checking some things out and making some progress, and we're just having a good time with it. And we haven't died yet, and that's definitely a good thing. We've taken some hits, and we've caused a little bit of bleeding to ourselves, but we're gonna fix that here real quick. All right, so we got our copper ingots. How are we doing? We're at 70. Yeah, we're gonna be fine. We'll be all right till we can get some bandages made. All right, so let's not. Oh no, not anvil. We want to make a forge. All right, so we got forge. We got all the ingredients we need. Let's go ahead and make that. We're just gonna make the one for the time being. We might need more later, but that's not necessary at this time. So there's our forge. We're gonna go ahead and place it, and this is what the forge looks like. We have an anvil, we have a source of embers and fire, and it's just a nifty little structure. I think you can cook on this. I think this is a pretty multi-use bench. We're gonna put it kind of kitty corner over here. Right mouse click. There we are. Now we have an anvil. You know what? Yeah, that's going to be fine because you need the forge here. I mean, you can craft weapons and stuff at the forge, but now we can get some higher quality ingots made going, and we have the other anvil by the campfire, so we can make some other things while those are going. So, you know, we're sitting pretty good. Now we're gonna get out to make some bandages, and then we're gonna look at some clothes. We're gonna get some armor of some sort, get some basic things going for ourselves so we can defend ourselves a little bit better. Open this creator box. We got some oil and a healing cover. Oh, that's great. Healing cover is great. We need that to make bandages. Pick these leaves quick. I'm just gonna go around to these local shrubs. Pick small seedlings. Yes! Always pick the small seedlings if you can, because that way you can replant shrubs and stuff by your base and around your base, so you don't have to go wandering off all over creation, other than for the sake of exploring. Because I know I personally hate going far and wide to gather stuff if I don't have to. I'm a little bit lazy like that. If I'm going to travel far and wide, I'm going to make sure I have the best supplies available to me for the purposes of exploration. You know, I mean, that's just kind of how I roll. Some people like to wander far and wide to get the stuff they need. I personally, if I'm going to get something done, I want all the stuff around me that I can have. So, now we need to make some fiber. Create that, and then bandage. Healing cover. Well, what do I need? Any herbs for healing cover? Alright. Now, that is not something we can gather quickly. Is it foraging for herbs? I think it is. Or is it botanized? I don't know. We're about to find out. I don't remember. Okay, that got us berries. Alright, that was the foraging skill. Now let's try botanize and see what we get for that. God, that nose... Oh, don't have enough stamina. Some water. I didn't want to drink water. That's alright. Alright, so... use botanize. Is that how I got... Well, that's how I got... Yep, okay, that's how you get the herbs. You get herbs from your botanize skill. And you're going to have to kind of move around a bit when you start using this. But once you get a spot, just kind of farm it until you can't anymore. It just takes a few steps normally. Just take a few steps. When you stop getting stuff from your spot, take a few steps, try again. See, we're getting some marjoram. Stamina is a real struggle right now. Ooh, an ancient mushroom seed. That's a good find. So we got a forge made. We're probably going to look at, after we get some bandages made and stop this bleeding, I'm going to take that AFK quick for just a few moments. And then we're going to look into making a kitchen so we can make some food. I mean, as long as these presents and stuff are around, we're not going to have to worry too much about it. But it's better to be prepared for when they go away, because it's not going to last forever. The Christmas event isn't going to last forever. I'm pretty sure they're going to disable it here probably... I'm going to guess and say in the next week or so. I mean, we could probably get a good stockpile up to that point, but... You know, even though once we have those supplies, they're only going to last for so long. And it's good to have the materials and tools needed to keep ourselves alive. Some sage. Alright, so let's see if we can make anything that was what we got now. Oh, we can make 3 healing covers. Hey, that's alright. And now we can make 11 bandages. Hey, what? Come on. 11 bandages. 10 bandages. Production failed. There we go. Natural substances apparently is an assembly skill, and everything has a skill related to it, and you just got to get those up. And the best way to get those up is to make mass quantities. Make a lot of whatever it is, even if you don't need it. Shafts, heads, blades, healing, herb related, cooking related, cloth related, whatever it is. Make lots of it, because your A2A has a lot of storage for early on, and he follows you. He's always with you. So make that stuff, build it up, get those skill ups as quickly as you can. That way you lose less materials. Alright, so now we have some bandages. Let's try and stop this bleeding. Yes, success. We stopped our bleeding. Awesome. Alright, so we're gonna drink some potions here and get our HPs back. And number 6 on our hotbar. There we are. Alright, we are at maximum. Our stomach is full. We're not thirsty. We're at maximum HPs. Our FT, I think that's fortitude. I'm really not sure what this represents. So, that being said, I'm going to take a quick break. And when I come back, we'll get into that kitchen.